Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is narrated from Abdul Qadir al Jilani, which was a great scholar, and he had a lot of knowledge about Islam and the Deen. And sadly, the Qadiriyya, those who call themselves ينتسبون إلى عبد القادر الجيلاني, those who say that, oh, we are the followers of Abdul Qadir al Jilani when they're not. They call him, he's a Sufi, he's this, he's that. They narrate things, false things about him, which is not true because he was from the Salaf. Abdul Qadir al Jilani was from the Salaf, from the Salaf al Salih, and he was not a Sufi. So by that, it's narrated from Abdul Qadir al Jilani that one day he was walking, and he felt there was a shade above him. So he looked up and he saw a throne where Shaitan was sitting on it. And so the Shaitan told Shaitan told Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, O Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, I am your Lord. He said, I am your Lord, I am Allah, right? وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And I have made the unpermissible for you, the haram thing for you, halal. So Abdul Qadir Jilani told Satan, Kadhabt, you have lied, you have spoken a lie. For after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the wahy is cut. There's no more revelation. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dies, the revelation is cut. He's the seal of prophets. There's no revelation after him. So that means that after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has died, there's no revelation to him, of this thing, which proves the revelation is cut. And so whatever has been made halal and haram during the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it continues after his death, and there's no change in that because the revelation has been cut. So by this story we have to learn, brothers and sisters, that the first word in the Quran that came was revealed, Iqra, read. Now, first of all, many people say Iqra, we're going to use it in other things. No, you're wrong. You have to know your religion first before you can go and learn something else. If you don't know your religion first, you don't know what else you're learning. You don't know if you're going to learn this thing, if this thing that you're learning is haram or halal. But when you learn the religion, you have then a glimpse of what is halal and what is haram. So by this story we understand that it was Abdul Qadir al-Jilani was very smart, that he what is it called? He was able to know that if that guy is Satan, that he's a liar, he's not Allah, right? And when Satan came with a throne, why does Satan copy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in some things? Like placing his throne on water, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has his throne on water. Satan does the same thing as his throne on water. It's because Satan wants to fool you, he wants to deceive you, he wants to make you think that he is Allah. So he copies same thing Allah does, and then he comes to you and says, look, I'm sitting on a throne, so therefore I am Allah, which is wrong, which is haram. So he's trying to deceive you. This is deception of Shaitan. By that we understand, since Abdul Qadir al-Jilani and since our deen orders us to read and to understand our religion first, and to read and to learn and get information, it shows that when you have knowledge of the deen, brothers and sisters, nothing can deceive you, not even Satan can deceive you. So by that we need to always understand that we need to learn the religion, we need to study. We need to study, because the person who does not study, he sits in dhalam, and wal-'iyadhu billah, he could fall into doubts, and he could fall into misguidance and bid'ah, and those people who come from other sects of the religion and tell him, come follow us because you have the right way. They try to mix the truth with falsehood, they try to say good words and say like that. And this reminds me of a story of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah, the great scholar of Islam. He had once a friend who went and took some information from the Shia guy. So Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal says, لماذا تجالسه? Why are you hanging out with this guy? Why are you listening from him? He says, I followed him because I saw his character was very good. He had a good character. So do not be deceived sometimes of one who has good character and one who does not have good character, because wallahi sometimes the one who does not have good character can be on the haqq, while the one who has a good character is a deceiver, is in his heart something bad. And there's a hadith in At-Tirmidhi, Jami' At-Tirmidhi, where the Prophet Muhammad says there will come a time when there will be people who will appear كلامهم أطيب من السكر, right? Their speech is like sugar, is like something sweet. ولكن قلوبهم كقلوب الذئاب, but their hearts is the hearts of wolves. So do not be deceived, brothers and sisters. Not every person sometimes that is ill-mannered. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be ill-mannered, but there's times where many people are ill-mannered, but they have to work on that. Everyone has a naqs in something. Everyone has a deficiency in something. Al-kamalu lillah. There's only kamal for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? But as for every person, they have a deficiency in something. There's a nuqsan. And so by that we have to understand that the person who is ill-mannered can be truthful and be on the true side, and the person who is good-mannered can be on the dalal, on the bad side. So do not be fooled by wolves wearing sheep clothing. They appear so nice, just like that person. So Imam Muhammad told that person that, that fooled the Shia guy because of good manners. He says, Wallahi, you have fallen in his trap. You have fallen in his deception. So by that we have to be careful. And be careful of who you choose as a friend. And that not every single person who's good-mannered is on the haqq. Not every person that is ill-mannered is on the batil. And we have to understand that. So we understand from this story that we need to seek knowledge, brothers and sisters, especially in the religion of Allah. So we can follow it, and we can be knowledgeable like Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, who immediately in a blink of an eye knew that this guy that was sitting on a throne was Satan and was not his Lord. And we have to be careful of this, because there's a trial that is coming in the future days of Dajjal, the trial of Dajjal, the biggest trial that has ever existed on humanity. And we have to not fall in it. So because the Prophet Muhammad said, سَيَأْتِي الرَّجُلُ الْمُؤْمِنُ إِلَيْهِ فَيَظُنُّهُ مُؤْمِنًا, that by Allah, that even a believer will come to Dajjal thinking that Dajjal is a believer. And the Prophet Muhammad said in Sahih Hadiths that Dajjal would appear in my ummah, from my ummah. So it will be among, Allahu A'lam, it's like the Ahmadis, Ahmad al-Qadiani, who first claimed he's the Messiah. He first claimed that he's the Mahdi, then he claimed to be the Messiah. He changed afterwards. So Allahu A'lam, if Dajjal will claim to be Muslim, Allah knows. And then afterwards he will change, because it's like all a conspiracy theory. So just like that guy, the Qadiani, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, right? He first claimed to be the Mahdi, then he claimed to be the Messiah. And sadly, people believed him, right? Even though he claimed two claims, they still believed him. So Allahu A'lam, if Dajjal will be the same thing, and Allah knows what type, a person should be aware of the greatest fitna. So he should, as much as he wants, increase his iman, increase his knowledge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, increase his knowledge in his religion, and not to fall in doubts, okay? Not to fall in doubts. And remember, this is a religion, and Allah is haqq. Mahma kan, Allah is haqq, right? So this is why I have to say wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.